Hello out there, my name is Mark Granger and this is my review of the Notch Sentei telescope and pole saw for treestuff.com. In my hand here I hold a 21-foot version of this saw. There's also a 16-footer available. I, for a number of years, have been using a Silky Hiawachi saw. I've actually been through a few of them. And I gotta say, this is pretty much a clone of that saw, down to the way that this buckles, the pin. Almost everything is exactly the same, except what they've done at Notch is really improve the one thing that I've griped about over the years, is that with the Silky Hiawachi, this is exactly the same, except they have a wrapped handle that over time, this top cap ends up sliding around with daily use, and that starts to unravel, and it becomes a thing that you're doing again and again, where you rewrap it and put it on there and it comes apart. They've managed to make this a one-piece construction. It's a little bit thinner. I feel like it has a better purchase, a better feel in the hand, a little bit better grip. And that would be my main complaint about the other saw, so I feel like they've actually solved that. This is an incredibly effective saw. With 390 teeth, it actually has the same Hiawachi blade from Silky. I've cut limbs up to 6 inches in diameter with this blade with a moderate amount of effort. I feel for anybody who does this as a job, this saw can make you much more efficient. You get a lot more work done with this. A couple things to point out is, one, that I really like that on this Hiawachi blade that you have this sharp section here and at the nose. If you're cutting smaller sprouts, if you're doing an orchard prune, you don't have to saw through everything. You can actually hook a lot of those off. Let's open this thing up and see what it looks like. I feel like it's remarkable how much reach this saw has. This can keep you off of a ladder, especially if you're a homeowner, have trees on your property. This is worth every penny of an investment if you're going to be cutting a lot of branches over the years. Check this out. One thing to be aware of is, if you use this day in, day out, really be mindful when you slide this to the pin, because if you slide this hard and fast, it has the propensity to split where these pins go, and the metal can actually end up being quite sharp. With that said, if you're paying attention, that's not an issue. For how far you can reach with this saw, I feel like this thing is incredibly lightweight and pretty sturdy. You can see just how far I can reach with this thing. It is a little wobbly up there, as you can see, which is really not an issue as long as you keep the saw straight, keep smooth with your cuts. One thing to watch for is making a quality undercut becomes difficult when you have this at full extension, and one thing about that is that your saw can get caught in the kerf and come down with that branch, which can dent these poles, which then means this thing doesn't slide back together. There are replacement parts available, but I do think it's a saw you have to really be paying attention if you want this to last you a long time. It is a remarkably versatile piece of equipment, and for anybody who does tree work day in, day out, I highly recommend you pick one up. And with the improvements they made to this saw, I see no reason why you would end up buying a Silky Hiawachi over the Notch Sentei. We'll see how this holds up over time. The handle, while being quite a bit of an improvement, I do have some reservation about whether or not this will hold up sliding in and out of pole bins on a chip truck. I feel like the sharp edges of the metal might end up dinging this up and opening it up. But we'll see how that plays out in real time. For right now, I gotta say, I'm really excited to have this saw, and thanks for watching.